Put that hat back on. Look. My new shades. Prescription.
Is it?
No.
Back in the 80s, he drank a lot, but it wasn't. He was able to maintain a job. It wasn't the same. He was able to come over here. He was frequently around back then.
Thanksgiving of 1994 was one of the last times I remember seeing my uncle, Chris.
And I'm here, next to Grandma. You can sit there.
That's me enjoying time with my family. This is the last time we were all together like this, for a dinner at my parents' house.
Hit the red button, Nick. Film me now.
I am filming.
I want to see.
Oh, Chris, I need a sword for that.
Me and my two sisters always wondered where he was and where he'd go, but our parents only ever gave us minimal information. So we basically grew up with an imaginary uncle, always wondering where my dad's brother was.
Well, let her get it, Will.
As a child, I didn't realize why Chris never seemed to be around. I only found out years later that he had been a struggling alcoholic for almost 20 years.
When that happened.
Up until Labor Day weekend 1990, he was around here quite a bit. It wasn't necessarily active life, but he was around for you guys. Went to Minnesota. That didn't work out because he was partying way too much. He came back here and he had like what they call a grand mal seizure. He was in the ICU for 3 or 4 days. They say he was drinking too much or something. I'm not really sure how he got it. But he quit drinking for like 3 months at that point in time, 2 or 3 months. And right before that grand mal seizure, he had gotten a DWI.
After sobering up, he moved down to Galveston, where he lives on no stable income. He currently lives out of his car, and I still have had no contact with him since he's quit drinking. He basically played a non-existent role in my life, up until now. Okay, so we are driving down to Galveston right now to see my uncle Chris, who I've seen once in the past 10 years or so, give or take. Now this week it's just going to be me and him talking, so this will be interesting because basically I've never met the guy before. Okay, so this is the Kroger that we found him at last week. I don't know. I don't really see his car, but he might be over there.
What about that one over there?
That is his car.
That's it?
There's Chris, right there.
And this one?
Yeah, right there.
Keep the camera rolling? What do I do?
Yeah, keep it rolling, man.
Holy shit.
Just keep it down. All right, keep it on me. How's it going? Oh yeah, I know. I couldn't believe it. I was disappointed.
Yeah, I just walk down there. I do walk about 10 miles a day, so you guys good for that?
I'm
we
good.
don't have to.
No, I mean, we got nothing.
Day in the life of a beach bum, I guess you could call it. Yeah, we just got walking down the beach here, guys. You know.
Sounds good to me.
We get downtown and
Seeing my uncle like that was a very surreal experience, especially since the updates from my parents have mostly been vague and negative.
Oh, I thought he was an idiot because he was just. Still don't understand why he would do that. And he wasn't here. He was the only relative we had here, and then he wasn't here. And I guess yeah, he did play with you guys when y'all were little bitty. So you know, it would have been nice to have a relative that was living here to actually be functioning as a relative, but he wasn't because he was drinking or whatever.
get out there on the sidewalk, I guess, before it gets you. That wouldn't be too good a footage. Probably good
This was the first day I've ever spent a good amount of time hanging out with my uncle, and I can honestly say I enjoyed it.
Camel would survive, man. They probably would. We'd all be dead.
Thanks. Thanks. And thanks, bro.
We got you on film, too.
Yeah.
Phil, film this, motherfucker! I want to go on record that he's not a close personal friend of mine.
While walking around, he took us through his daily
It's kind
routine.
of become a habit of mine right here. Check these.
You get lucky sometimes.
One time. That's why I do it. My grandfather did it.
One thing he does to pass some time is buying scratch-offs.
The $1 winner there is about a week ago, and I won just like this, won $100.
Really?
You nobody wins $100. It's a rip. Well, it's not a rip off, but see what happens. $2. What if I won $1,000? That'd be a trip. Buy that camera off you there. Yeah, I did win a number. I won $2, just like I said I would.
You did?
Yeah. Well, it's like winning $1. I paid $1 for the ticket.
After a successful first day, my family was excited to hear about me getting back in touch with Chris.
Yeah, I mean, it's so weird to, like, you know, he seems like just the most regular guy in the world, you know? It's like...
Yeah, absolutely. The more I think about it, the more perplexing it is, because he seems absolutely normal in every sense, except that, you know, he does what he does.
Yeah, I don't get it, but...
I wrote up something 2 years ago. He came up here, and, you know, we knew he was an alcoholic. I mean, he hadn't drunk for 8 years or whatever, but we figured that explained his behavior. And then when he came up, something happened that made me go to the internet and look up phobias, and from that I found social phobia. And I wrote this thing up. It's that kind of like a 5-page narrative, but it might give you some insight, because I gave it to Chris before I was going to, you know, go to a psychologist or something for him. And I said, what do you think of this? Do you agree with it? Do you see anything in it that's wrong? And he said, nope, that's me. And he says, back when I was in treatment, he said, I could have written that very same thing.
I decided to go down to Galveston again and see if Chris would be okay with doing an interview. He agreed, and we found him at Kroger as usual.
I could dig it, man. It's a lot of fun. I'd rather be behind a camera than
I tried to look for supporting evidence for Chris's social phobia.
If there was 5 or 6 more people here, I wouldn't be sitting here. They'd have to leave. I mean, but.
He slowly began to divulge information about his past that my parents never told me.
Yeah, it was in May of 03. I went to Riverside General, which is in the 3rd Ward, checked myself in, and I started hallucinating. It's called ETs. I'm sure you heard of it, maybe. So I'm hallucinating like you can't believe. I mean, I've never really had that. So then after about 24 hours, they gave me some Librium but I heard guys jumping out windows. And that became a reality to me. I said, I could see how that can happen, because, I mean, it was terrible. So they gave me some drugs, and then I left that hospital and ended up in Ben Taub. How I got there, I really don't know. I wasn't drinking, so they didn't throw me in jail. I was brought by an ambulance, and then they tied me down to a gurney. I woke up, I was there Monday night, and Friday noon I came to, tied down in a hospital room. And I remember there's a guy across from me that had a spot on his liver, and they were talking to him. And it's bad, you know, and I'm laying there and going, I'm here on my own doing. This is bullshit. So that's the start of the ball. I haven't drank since then.
There was one last thing I wanted to ask Chris, though.
But, I was trying to get some sort of, like, get-together at my parents' house.
Yeah?
Like a dinner or something. I was hoping you could come.
Yep, that sounds good to me.
Today is the day where Chris comes to my parents' house. Last week he said he really wanted to. He said that sounded cool. I know if he shows up, it'll be a lot of fun. I think it'll be cool there. My mom is actually okay with him coming, so that's good. My mom had dinner prepared, and it looked like things were really coming together. He has not shown up yet, and we have no confirmation that he is coming, so I guess that's a problem, but we will see. What do you think, Mom?
I don't know, because it could be traffic. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Friday traffic.
It's not a total surprise he wouldn't be here, in that, you know, it's family gatherings. He hasn't been to a family gathering since I think my grandmother's funeral. So we'll just have to see.
Talk about the issues Miami has had late in games that both of these teams have been a part of, and the highlights of the first ever regular season game.
It finally got to be too late, and we figured he wasn't going to show. So we went ahead and had dinner anyways.
Well, take a lot.
Yeah.
So Chris did not show up tonight for the family dinner.
Yeah, might be wrong.
I thought, you know, I really thought we were getting somewhere with this. I thought we were really, I thought he really wanted to do it. You know, I thought it sounded like he was down. I genuinely wanted to see him come to my parents' house. I actually wanted to hang out with him. I'm not really sure why. Maybe it was nerves. Maybe he honestly didn't know, which I hope is what happened. I hope he didn't. I hope he mixed his days up, and I hope he'll come tomorrow night or something like that. But the end of this film, I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be like this is the last time I'll ever see him, because that's not true. I think this is a really good start for us, for me, is for him especially, just to get back on the right track, and for us to you know maybe go down there every once in a while, or for him to get back into the groove of everything, and I just hope we stay in touch a lot better than we have for the past 10 years.